In this lecture, I will be discussing how I socialized some feral kittens over this summer. In this particular case, I had 4 kittens who were trapped outside and brought to me with pretty severe fear and aggression. They were probably from multiple litters as they were different sizes, so probably 3 to 5 weeks old. You can see here, this is Ducky showing some evident signs of being very fearful and probably considered feral at this point. Very scared. She actually did get loose when we first brought her into the clinic, and I had to grab her just with my bare hands, and she got me pretty good, bit me right on the knuckle. So even though they're pretty tiny, they can still pack a punch, so always be cautious. I should have had a towel, but she was wedged up against another cage under the floor, so I had to do what I could to catch her as soon as I could. This is me grabbing her. This is after I brought them home and had them hang out in my bathroom for a little bit in their carrier. Stuffing kittens this size age is completely acceptable. It's what their mamas do. It's not hurting them, traumatizing them. It's totally normal. And the first thing I do is feed her because kittens should be ravenous. And ravenous kittens love to eat. They should be eating readily, and they're so distracted by eating that you can pet them. And this is how I interact with them for the first times: is gently talking to them, petting them while they're eating. This is why I like to feed individually and at routine times. I never free feed kittens. I like to see how much each one is eating, making sure that they have an appetite. And when I do this, I can interact with them one on one. Plus, it gets them in a routine so that they know as soon as they hear me call them, they know it's food time. That way, if they ever get out of the room or escape, I can recall them pretty quickly because they know if she calls me, that means food, and they're ready to come. This is how I had them set up for in the bathroom for the first 4 days, I think, just in this little pop-up carrier with a litter box, nice blankies, different bowls. They had plenty of room just to get them acclimated since they had just come from outside. And then this is the kind of socialization I would do one-on-one with them. Ducky had some pretty severe discharge coming from her eye, so it was kind of caked on her face, so I wanted to get her nice and cleaned up. So I'd wrap her in a towel, and then using a washcloth dipped in warm water, I would clean her face off. And doing it in this way with warm water makes them very relaxed. They love it. They feel like it mimics their mom licking them and cleaning them, so it's very relaxing and soothing to a kitten. And then this was her shortly after our little cleanup session. Much more relaxed. This is the same kitten that hissed at me in the cage, in the trap. Much more relaxed, being very sweet and purring. This is all of them after the first night. Just opening up, going slow. If you go slow, they realize, oh, she's not going to hurt us. Just giving all of them a little pet. And luckily, that one on the left who is rolling around, that's Piggy. She was so young that she wasn't really feral, which is very helpful and beneficial because when you have one confident cat, the others kind of follow suit. So then I finally let them out in the bathroom, multiple litter boxes. I blocked off, I don't know if you can see, I blocked off the toilet so they couldn't even get behind the toilet because kittens like this at this age shouldn't have any hiding areas. They need to be visible at all times to get them used to being around people. No hiding is allowed. I sit in there for hours at a time, just hanging out, not even messing with them sometimes. And when I sit in there, they end up, interacting with you regardless because they're getting more and more confident, like those two were. And that's all it takes is just consistent interaction, constantly being in there with them, routine feedings, and just trying to make the most positive interactions that you can with them. I even introduced them to one of my own cats who loves kittens and would like to stick her arms through. And that just kind of builds their confidence, gets them used to, other things. Eventually, I let them out into my bedroom only once I knew that they were not fearful of me at all, because I didn't want them, hiding under the bed or anything like that where I wouldn't be able to retrieve them. Even if they did, though, at this point, they were so well trained with me calling them and feeding them that even if they got under the bed and I couldn't find them, I could just call them with some food and they would come running. Here's them all snug together, loving life, not being fearful or feral anymore. Toys are great, builds their confidence. And then after about 2 months of socialization, I was able to find them all loving homes. Here's two. The two on the right are the two that I got adopted into this new home where they have another cat friend doing very well. And here's all of them. Again, they all found loving homes. All it takes is consistency, going slow, being routine, and just having compassion. Thank you.